Pretty exciting day here. It's day one on the build of the cyc wall, cove wall, infinity wall, whatever you want to call it. And we have a contractor, Travis, and his team in there with the adorable pup, Loki. Very important helper. This is a big milestone day for sure, because this is going to be kind of the centerpiece of the studio.
Hi, this is Travis from Hotwire Productions. We're here in East Van building a cyc wall, Cyclorama wall, also known as an infinity wall, and it's for workshop studios. Right, look.
We're gonna go check out the radius, whatever that is. What we just chatted to Travis about was he's designed the wall for a 2-foot radius, which means curve ends 2 feet from the wall. But our initial discussions, we think going a bit longer might be better for bouncing of light and just making the curve feel a little more seamless when you're further back and catching those full body shots. So we just talked to Travis and talked to the team, and we've come to a conclusion of 30 inches, which is 2.5 feet instead of the full 3 feet.
Numbers, how do they work?
Basically 4 feet of material that will end up being 2.5 feet when it's curved.
Once it's on the wall, yeah. And also doing this prevents us from creating like a seam right above the curve. So that one sheet of rubber board is what they call it, basically allows us to use that entire sheet without putting the seam right in the middle of the wall. So, which could be good things. Could be good things.
Science.
We're working on the studio build schedule here. So this week is pretty much all cyc wall. They're gonna be in there building for the next few days, and then on Thursday, painters are gonna come in and kind of fill in all the seams, paint everything, paint the floor, make it all look nice and pretty. And then next week, we got a few other projects on the go. We'll be building the lighting grid above the wall, starting on the gear cage and kind of mezzanine section. And we'll be building a bunch of sound panels and installing those all on the ceiling and a few spots on the wall, because it's still quite echoey in there at the moment. Obviously, a lot of things going on in the background as well to prepare and work on everything for our photo studio downstairs and finalizing our office up here with the YouTube set and just general decor and all that.
Okay, so we now have the overhead up. So as you can see, we have a pipe grid, a 10 by pipe grid on top of a 12 by frame. So the bottom frame is great for your fabrics and any type of diffusion that you want to use. And the pipe grid up top is for all your lighting fixtures to go in. And the beauty about this whole system is that we have the pipe grid on a chain system, which allows you to rig your lights in any which way, and the whole system will stay balanced, which makes rigging super, super easy. And you don't have to deal with fly pipe and rope and all that nonsense. So, grid.
So our entrance area here, we're still kind of finalizing details of what it's all gonna be like, but Ariel, my fiance, very talented artist, she's gonna be painting a big mural here that includes our little logo, Telly. The bird was there before, it's kind of cool, but you know, it's a bit beat up and doesn't really fit our aesthetics. And then yeah, we're kind of still chatting things out, but gonna have probably a darker color wall here, some nicer lighting, and a little sign on the front there as well. Just you know, cool welcoming entryway.
I don't take blame for that one. This is the audacity. So Travis from Hotwire Productions was the gentleman who took lead on the whole cyc wall project, and working with him has been an absolute joy. From the initial construction and planning of the wall to him coming in and looking at the space, getting all the materials, you know, bringing in a couple of guys for days at a time. You know, those guys were working so hard, getting the wall built ahead of schedule. And then eventually we're getting it all painted and filled. Now we're just at the last few steps. So there's a bunch of mudding that still needs to be done. And then we need to do another fresh coat of paint on the main wall. Then the concrete guys need to come in and get the floor kind of sorted and painted as well. So we're definitely on track to have the Cyclorama wall completed by early next week, which is probably the single most important piece of this whole stage. We can't really rent a studio without a wall. So once that's up, I think everything else will start to feel a bit more within touching distance.
A lot of organization, a lot of hard work still to go, but we're excited to have things underway.